it's Sally Steele with VegasRocksTV.com, and we're here with the handsome Kip Winger and Mr. Reb Beach.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Hi.
Well, you're back in Vegas. I'm glad to see you're here. And I just want to run over some questions with you. You've had a long career. Tell me, the first thing I wanted to ask you, you've been in the business for some time. A lot of the 80s bands don't get respect for what they did. Tell us your thoughts on that.
I don't know. I think they're starting to get respect again, right? There was like a period when the grunge thing hit, and we were all the bands that sucked, but on, you know, like Beavis and Butthead and all that stuff. So all the respect went down, but I think it's gone the way up now. I think like the bands that were really big then, like Def Leppard and stuff, they're still selling out arenas and stuff. So I mean, I think, and they just got inducted, they're nominee for the Hall of Fame. So
when are you guys getting inducted?
that'll be a cold day in hell. That will never happen.
Never happen. But I'm always surprised at the amount of people that come to our shows, you know, and all of us kind of 80s band people know each other, you know. We all do the same shows in the Midwest and the parts of the country that really appreciate that music. And, you know, we get lots of people out there, and they all have such a great time. It's just good time music, you know.
Well, I honored you guys at the Vegas Rocks Magazine Music Awards in 2016. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
I recognize you. I appreciate you. Tell me, let's go back a little ways now. Kip, you come from a very musical family. Now, did you always have a perception that I'm going to have a career in music, or did you want to do something else?
I didn't think about career. I just knew I'd do music. I mean, I was too young because I was 6, so I didn't think about it like career-wise. I just knew that that's what I was doing. Reb was probably exactly the same.
I was just born with a great ear, and then when I saw Kiss, it was all over.
Have you?
I was born with a great ear. I never heard that's a new line. I've known you 30 years. I've never heard you say that.
That's my talent. I was born with a great ear. You know, I was playing the piano when I was 4. And my parents thought I was a prodigy, and I wasn't. I just had a great ear.
Let me see your ears. He's got a little chip in his ear, actually. It's hereditary.
All beaches.
Maybe you are a prodigy. We're discovering something today.
No, I just, you know, do stuff lots of people do. There's nothing.
Well, you're both from a musical family. Your family was very musical, right?
My parents were in a jazz band, and my brothers we were in a band together. And very early, we learned, you know, Grand Funk off the records and played elementary school gigs and stuff like that. So I always knew I would do music.
Were you like a heartthrob in elementary school, playing in the high school band? Or?
Oh, hell no! I mean, I don't remember that. I was.
He was 13.
Maybe the older guy, Peter Fletcher. Maybe he was the heartthrob guy in the band. I was too young for that.
The bass was bigger than him.
Yeah, the bass was bigger than me. Yeah. We were all posers, definitely, you know. But young bands, you know, when you're growing up, you want to emulate your, you know, Kiss or I don't know, the Beatles or somebody. So you do a lot of posing and stuff when you're a kid doing that rock star thing.
You became this hot sex symbol of the 80s. Everybody wanted to be you. I mean, were you not comfortable with that?
I was totally comfortable with it, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I went through. We all went through that phase, you know, because it's the Paul Stanley factor. You know, you want to be like a total rock star. David Lee Roth, Paul Stanley kind of vibe, but then musically, you know, we're kind of putting more I don't want to make value judgments about the music because Kiss is amazing, but you know, there's technically more difficult stuff going on in our music, which we intentionally did that, but being a sex symbol and all that stuff, that was fun. I was a kid, and you know, it was a blast. I did well.
Yeah, everybody. I was in a band. It's like, well, I just want to be Kip Winger and play bass and sing lead. It's like, I'm the singer. What are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, you guys. What was your favorite song? If you had to pick a favorite song that you guys did with
a Winger song? Oh God, geez, that'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
My favorite song to play live is "Midnight Driver of a Love Machine" off the last album. Yeah, by far. To play it live.
Madeline's my favorite.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Well, when you guys got together, did you feel that was the chemistry? Like, hey, we're going to do a band.
When we wrote together the first
Yeah,
day.
it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. When we finally got past like my solo thing, I had a solo thing that I asked Reb to play some stuff on, and then we called it Vice Versa, but it wasn't really a band.
Yeah.
It was like my songs and Reb played on them, but when Reb and I actually started writing, then that's when really the band began, because Reb's a riff meister, so I got this one riff I've had since I'm 15. It was 17, and so, but he didn't, I'm more of a song arranger kind of, and he writes great riffs, and I know how to arrange, so the chemistry became really obvious early. We made a commitment to not take any outside work for about 6 months to see how far we could get, and so we wrote the whole first album in those 6 months.
The future of rock and roll, where is that going? Is it going? There's Drake and all these other artists, and people say rock and roll isn't popular anymore. How do you respond to that?
Sold out. I mean, come on. There's so many fans all over the world that are still, going to see rock shows.
I opened for Guns N' Roses last week, and there were 50,000 people there. So it's still happening. I'm doing Download next year. They're giant shows.
Rock is alive and well. It's just that there's a lot of other things out there that are popular, but that was always the case. I think different genres. It's just that now. Everybody's so exposed to them all, and there's so much access to them through your phone that it just seems like we get inundated with all these different styles. But I think ultimately it really helps everyone's creativity to be and then you hear all this fusion stuff coming, like country music has a lot of R&B influences, and in the 90s they were it sounded like Def Leppard because Mutt Lange was doing it. So I mean, we just stick to our lane, and we do what we do, and if people dig it, that's great for us because we're still doing it after 30 years. So that's cool. I mean, we're not huge, but we do well and we enjoy it. So.
Well, you don't have separate dressing rooms and everything; it's separate buses.
We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner together.
Yeah, like who's eating?
It's all original members tonight, anyway.
Well, plus was John here? John's here, right? Yeah, so John's been in since '92. I mean, it'll always be original members when the guys can make it. So I think we're one of the only '80s bands that still has all original members, right?
That's cool. When they can get you away from Whitesnake.
We kind of work around Whitesnake and Rod's being a teacher and Kip doing Get Jack, and we all have stuff we do.
If you wanted somebody to know something about Winger that maybe isn't familiar with the band what would you like them to know about Winger they might not know?
Oh, jeez.
That's a really interesting question.
Interesting question. Oh, I don't know. The cool things about Winger are probably the songs that you don't see on the videos. The deeper cuts with Winger for me. Are what's really unique about the band,
Yeah, that's just a strange. I mean, the B-side stuff that you don't normally hear is. But other than that, just that we're friends.
Yeah.
Most people don't think about that. But
and Kip still sings great. We all still play great. We're not that old yet. We feel old a little, but. We're still up there jamming our butts off.
The downside of it is that it's not that exciting. We don't have like all this gossipy, rock and roll stories and stuff. We focus on the music and we enjoy doing shows. Individually, we're also busy outside of the band, so it's.
Do you like living in Nashville?
I've come to peace with it. It was a little culture shock at first because I came from Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is the antithesis of the South, and I don't love the weather, but
You told me you didn't like it at first, but that's good.
Yeah, I didn't dig it at first, but it's gotten a lot better, and so many people have moved there. Billy Sheehan told me the other day that he just moved there from
Wow.
and he's been in LA since 35 years.
Well, you got the two main bass guys there now.
Who are they?
You.
Billy Sheehan. I'm not a bass player. I don't consider myself a bass player. I consider myself a songwriting composer who plays bass and had to sing because Reb didn't. That's how that went.
Well, did you ever consider getting a vocalist in the band, or it was always going to be you?
No, we never did. I mean, I think I can sing now, but when we first started, I was like, well, we were kind of like, we were doing 17 and Madeline. I'm like, man, I can't sing this shit live. This is insane, you know. I just had to learn how to do it, you know.
He took voice lessons and it really helped.
But I mean, I was always a bass playing singer, and that's a different breed of human being. I mean, a lead singer, that's a completely different breed of human. I'm in the band, like I'm in the rhythm section, you know, I'm not comparing myself, but I'm saying I'm in the group of McCartney, Sting, Geddy Lee, you know, Peter Cetera, these kind of bass playing singer guys. It's a totally different breed.
Well, thank you for taking some time with us, and thank you, dear. Thanks, brother. Okay, Sally Steele, Vegas Rocks TV here with Winger. Catch them out on tour right now.
Rocks. Vegas Rocks.
There's a problem.
Do it again.
You're talking the mic, Sally, right like this. And edit. Shut up! We're doing an interview. Shut the fuck up.
That's the beer. No, you can come in. That's important.
Hey, Kip, you're tangled.
Is that strobe light? It's strobing.
blinking.
It's all right. Let me see your hands, motherfuckers.
I don't know what's doing.
It's just that the internet has opened up a whole.
My phone is texting.
With your butt. You actually are.
She's butt texting.
I'm texting you, Kip. Oh, I didn't have the record button on. Just kidding.